Hi, I'm Will Ferrell, comedian, actor, founder of Facebook, and I will do anything to get you to go out and vote on November 6th. I'm not kidding. Hungry? How about a home-cooked meal? Hope you like angel hair pasta. You need a guy to help you move a couch? Done. I've even got my own van. If you agree to vote in this year's election, I will personally give you a tattoo. Fair warning, I do not know how to draw. I'll do a dance just for you. That was just a taste. If you want the full buffet, you're gonna have to vote. If you vote, I'll eat anything you tell me to. Garbage, hair, human toenails, underpants, whatever. I'll do it. I'm serious. I'll do anything to get you to vote. I'll punch myself in the face. I don't care. Whatever it takes. Just go to the polls on November 6th and vote. Vote Obama. It's a slam dunk. Guess what? I made you this. It's an owl. Woo! Woo!
When I was elected in 2008, I told people,
the road ahead will be long. Our climb will be steep. We may not get there in 1 year or even in one term.
Change doesn't happen in a year, it doesn't happen in one term, but every time we put our shoulder to the wheel and move this country forward a little bit, it expands opportunity for everybody. You know, when we saved that auto industry, or we passed healthcare reform, or the work that we did to make sure that student loan rates didn't double, was by mobilizing folks all across the country. That's the thing I'm most proud of. The difference between our campaigns and Mitt Romney's campaign is that we rely on small donors, we rely on volunteers, we rely on teachers and police officers and firefighters and small business owners all across the country who understand what's at stake.
How many teachers are here right now?
They're not able to write a 7-figure check, but what they're able to do is to make some phone calls, get together with their friends and neighbors. That kind of grassroots organizing, that's always been the hallmark of our campaigns. It inspires me.
Well, I just wanted to call and say thank you.
The great thing is you see people inspiring each other because they're reminded that we're in this thing together and what we're fighting for is really important, not just to our future, but to our kids' futures as well. This is your campaign, and you have brought us this far. I'm going to work as hard as I can, put every ounce of energy I have into making sure that we're successful.
Don't be so nervous about asking questions. That's what you're supposed to do with politicians. Because I represent you, so you're my boss.
But the only way change happens is because we've got great people on the ground, volunteers, everybody who's out there knocking on doors, making phone calls, and really making a difference.
Let's go get it.
When you look at the battleground states, we've got some good leads in some places. In some places, it is tight as a tick. I think we've got a great chance to win and continue all the work that we've been doing over the last 4 years, but it's only going to happen if everybody's out there working hard and voting. Ultimately, that's where change is going to come from on Election Day and beyond.
Those ads, taking my words about small business out of context, they're flat out wrong. Of course Americans build their own businesses. Every day, hardworking people sacrifice to meet a payroll, create jobs, and make our economy run. And what I said was that we need to stand behind them, as America always has, by investing in education and training, roads and bridges, research and technology. I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message because I believe we're all in this together.
I don't think Mitt Romney understands what he's done to people's lives by closing the plant. I don't think he realizes that people's lives completely changed. When Mitt Romney and Bain closed the plant, I lost my health care. And my family lost their health care. And a short time after that, my wife became ill. I don't know how long she was sick. And I think maybe she didn't say anything because she knew that we couldn't afford the insurance. And then one day she became ill, and I took her up to the Jackson County Hospital and admitted her for pneumonia, and that's when they found the cancer. And by then it was stage 4. There was nothing they could do for her. And she passed away in 22 days. I do not think Mitt Romney realizes what he's done to anyone. And furthermore, I do not think Mitt Romney is concerned.
Priorities USA Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with broad.
This election, to me, is about which candidate is more likely to return us to full employment. This is a clear choice. The Republican plan is to cut more taxes on upper-income people and go back to deregulation. That's what got us in trouble in the first place. President Obama has a plan to rebuild America from the ground up, investing in innovation, education, and job training. It only works if there is a strong middle class. That's what happened when I was president. We need to keep going with his plan.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
It's time to stand up to the cheaters and make sure we protect jobs for the American people.
Mitt Romney, tough on China? Romney's companies were called pioneers in shipping U.S. manufacturing jobs overseas. He invested in firms that specialized in relocating jobs to low-wage countries like China. Even today, part of Romney's fortune is invested in China. Romney's never stood up to China. All he's done is send them our jobs.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
There are 47% of the people who will vote for the president no matter what. All right, there are 47% who are with him, who are dependent upon government, who believe that they are victims, who believe that government has a responsibility to care for them, who believe that they're entitled to health care, to food, to housing, to you name it. But it's an entitlement, and the government should give it to them. And they will vote for this president no matter what. And so my job is not to worry about those people. I'll never think they said.
Wow.
I actually felt sick to my stomach.
I don't like it.
It shows that he's out of touch, that if he thinks that half of the country is feeling like victims.
Victims? I wouldn't say so. I don't think that's part of the American fabric.
I'm not looking for a handout.
I don't think anybody is ever looking for a handout. I think that we all want chances and opportunities.
If, as a president, if you try to separate by demographics, separate by classes, you're not really a president.
I think the fact that Mitt Romney's made all these comments behind closed doors really shows his character.
I just think it sends a bad message. I think it's not the person that I would want representing me.
That isn't somebody who I'm thinking, oh, I want him as my president.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
Seen the coal miners in these ads? Turns out they were told that attendance at Mitt Romney's rally was, quote, mandatory. Their mine was closed, lost the pay they needed, all to be props in Romney's commercial.
Employees feel they were forced to go. They had to take the day off without pay. If they took a roll call, and they had a list of who was there and who wasn't, and felt they wouldn't have a job if they did not attend.
When the cameras rolled, a performance began. But the problem is, that's all it was.
I don't have a $5 trillion tax cut.
He's got a tax cut that if you just implemented it as written would cost $5 trillion.
I will not reduce the taxes paid by high-income Americans.
Is that actually true? No. His plan actually would dramatically decrease the tax burden on the wealthy in this country.
Pre-existing conditions are covered under my plan.
I have to rate that mostly fiction.
Why was Romney so dishonest about his plan? His massive new tax cut for millionaires means higher taxes on the middle class. And AARP says Romney's plan undermines Medicare by turning it into a voucher. We have real challenges to meet, children to educate, a middle class to rebuild. America needs a president with character, not a politician who just plays one.
Every president inherits challenges. Few have faced so many. 4 years later, our enemies have been brought to justice. Our heroes are coming home. Assembly lines are humming again. There are still challenges to meet. children to educate, a middle class to rebuild. But the last thing we should do is turn back now.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message. I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
Seen this from Mitt Romney? Then take a look at this.
If Roe v. Wade was overturned, Congress passed a federal ban on all abortions, and it came to your desk, would you sign it? Yes or no?
Let me say it. I'd be delighted to sign that bill.
Banning all abortions?
I'd be delighted to sign that bill.
Trying to mislead us? That's wrong. But ban all abortions? Only if you vote for him.
Well, first of all, I want to underscore the same point the president made. I felt the same as the president did. That was the right thing to do. The president was right. I supported his action there. I support that entirely.
It is my view that the withdrawal of all of our troops from Iraq is unfortunate. It's more than unfortunate. I think it's tragic. This president's failure to put in place a status of forces agreement allowing 10,000 to 20,000 troops to stay in Iraq. Unthinkable.
Why in the world do you go to the people that you're fighting with and tell them the day you're pulling out your troops? It makes absolutely no sense.
He's quoted by the Associated Press on April 26th as saying this: "It's not worth moving heaven and earth, spending billions of dollars just trying to catch one person." He was referring to the hunt for Osama bin Laden.
How will you as president strengthen our relationship with our strongest ally in the Middle East, the State of Israel?
Well, I think by and large you could just look at the things the president's done and do the opposite.
I know you haven't been in a position to actually execute foreign policy, but every time you've offered an opinion, you've been wrong.
The stuff some folks are saying about President Obama sounds kind of familiar. The same people said my ideas would destroy jobs, and they called me every name in the book. Well, we created 22 million new jobs and turned deficits into surpluses. President Obama's got it right. We should invest in the middle class, education, and innovation, and pay down our debt with spending restraint and asking the wealthy to pay a little more. Sound familiar?
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message. I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
Reckless, amateurish. That's what news media and fellow Republicans called Mitt Romney's gaffe-filled July tour of England, Israel, and Poland. When our U.S. diplomats were attacked in Libya, the New York Times said Romney's knee-jerk response showed an extraordinary lack of presidential character. And even Republican experts said Romney's remarks were the worst possible reaction to what happened. If this is how he handles the world now, just think what Mitt Romney might do as president.
There's just no quit in America, and you're seeing that right now. Over 5 million new jobs. Exports up 41%. Home values rising. Our auto industry back. And our heroes are coming home. We're not there yet, but we've made real progress. And the last thing we should do is turn back now. Here's my plan for the next 4 years. Making education and training a national priority. Building on our manufacturing boom. Boosting American-made energy. Reducing the deficits responsibly by cutting where we can and asking the wealthy to pay a little more. And ending the war in Afghanistan so we can do some nation building here at home. That's the right path. So read my plan, compare it to Governor Romney's, and decide which is better for you. It's an honor to be your president, and I'm asking for your vote. So together, we can keep moving America forward. I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
The passion of the human spirit, the greatness of the human spirit, is really something which cannot be overstated. This is something which makes America the unique nation that it is. Whenever we draw on that spirit, we ignite the spark within. America can rise to any occasion that's necessary. This isn't a campaign about me. And it's not a campaign even about conservatives versus liberals or Republicans versus Democrats. It's really a time when America is going to have to ask, what are we as a country?
These last 2 years haven't been the best of times. But while we've lost a couple of years, we have not lost our way. The principles that made this nation a great and powerful leader of the world have not lost their meaning. They never will. I'm Mitt Romney. I believe in America, and I'm running for president of the United States.
It's really been part of the American experience to know that the future is better than the past.
Though each of us comes from very different backgrounds, though each of us has chosen to walk a different path in life, we're united by one great, overwhelming passion. We love America. We believe in America. When generations of immigrants looked up and saw the Statue of Liberty for the first time, one thing they knew beyond any doubt, and that is they were coming to a place where anything was possible, that in America, their children would have a better life.
Freedom. Freedom of religion. Freedom to speak their mind. Freedom to build a life. Freedom to build a business with their own hands.
Everywhere I go, I meet people who represent the best of America.
We're pioneers, innovators. They raise strong families, run our factories, and grow our food. We have a moral responsibility to keep America the strongest nation on earth, the hope of the earth, the shining city on a hill. By my side, I've chosen a man with a big heart from a small town. It's an honor to announce my running mate and the next Vice President of the United States, Paul Ryan. I'm pleased to be at the University of Denver. It's an honor to be here with you. The reason I'm in this race is there are people that are really hurting today in this country. This deficit could crush the future generations. What's happening in the Middle East? There are developments around the world that are of real concern. And Republicans and Democrats both love America. But we need to have leadership in Washington that will actually bring people together and get the job done, and could not care less if it's a Republican or a Democrat. I've done it before, I'll do it again.
This sends a message across the whole country. This campaign is growing, the momentum is building, we're taking back America, and it's coming soon.
I don't think I've seen a time in our nation's history where the man and the moment have met so perfectly.
I spent my life not in government, not in politics, but in the private sector, in the Olympics, and then used the experience from those two venues to help run a state. And through that experience, I've learned what it takes to get an enterprise going again, to turn it around, to bring a whole different approach.
It's a big election. We need real change.
We face real challenges.
Now, this is not just about America, it's about the people of America.
I've seen the great qualities of the human spirit.
Each of you, you're living for something bigger than yourself.
This is one of the things that makes America such an exceptional and unique nation.
This is our generation's time
of choosing the future of this country. We're going to run at our country's problems to solve our country's problems.
We're going to finally get America on track to a balanced budget.
I'll reach across the aisle.
It's time to have a president and vice president who care more about the people than they care about politics.
We will lead again. We'll have the jobs we need, the incomes we deserve, the respect we should receive around the world. That future is out there. It is waiting for us. Our children deserve it. Our nation depends on it. The peace and freedom of the world require it. And with your help, we will deliver it. Let us begin that future for America tonight.
Let me tell you what you don't deserve. You don't deserve a bunch of name calling. You got to name this condition, Romnesia. You don't deserve a bunch of mudslinging. A sketchy deal. You won't get that from my campaign. You might have Romnesia. Thank goodness somebody's finally cracking down on Big Bird. Big Bird. Big Bird. Elmo's made a run for the border. You might have a case of Romnesia.
Well, Governor, we also have fewer horses and bayonets.
If you don't have a record to run on, you make a big election about small things. It's a bunch of binders. Big Bird.
Bayonets, a game of battleship.
Obama is acting like the guy guy who's behind in this debate.
Obama was slashing, was personal, was cutting.
At times sounding almost dismissive.
Seriously, this is all the Obama people have the binders.
Elmo's got to watch out.
This is an act of desperation. Every single question, he felt like he couldn't just answer the question. He had to attack his rival.
Attacking me is not an agenda. America must lead. And for that to happen, we have to strengthen our economy here at home. You can't have 23 million people struggling to get a job.
And if you come down with a case of Romney, I'm not a medical doctor, but I do want to go over some of the symptoms.
This was household income when President Obama took office. This was the national debt. Under Obama, families have lost over $4,000 a year in income, and the national debt is now $16 trillion and growing.
We have a moral responsibility not to spend more than we take in. Can't keep buying and spending and passing on debts to our kids, and I'll stop it.
Barack Obama, more spending, more debt, failing American families.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.
This is America's manufacturing when President Obama took office. This is China's. Under Obama, we've lost over 500,000 manufacturing jobs. And for the first time, China is beaten. This is America's manufacturing when President Obama took office. This is China's. Under Obama, we've lost over 500,000 manufacturing jobs. And for the first time, China is beating us. 7 times Obama could have stopped China's cheating. 7 times, he refused.
It's time to stand up to the cheaters and make sure we protect jobs for the American people.
Barack Obama, failing to stop cheating, failing American workers.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.
As the economy gets worse, Barack Obama calls on Bill Clinton to help his failing campaign.
It's about which candidate is more likely to return us to full employment.
He's a good soldier, helping his party's president. But what did Bill Clinton say about Barack Obama in 2008?
Give me a break. This whole thing is the biggest fairy tale I've ever seen.
23 million Americans struggling for work, a middle class falling further behind.
Give me a break.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.
I'm so in love